Good day, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. This is Shelly Speaks, and I'm your lovely host, Shelly P. And you already know when Shelly speaks, it's going to be some heat. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. All right, this is today's look. Simple black dress, gold belt to accentuate the body, okay? Hair still laid and slayed from my sister, so you know. We definitely keeping this rocking, okay? Loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay, let's do the body again, okay? So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Today's video is 10 steps on how to be that girl every day, all day, even on a bad day. Okay, there's no excuse on why you cannot be that girl. So I'm going to give y'all 10 actionable steps that you can do every day to make sure you are that girl every day, all day, okay? We are claiming our divine feminine power back, okay? So we're walking in it unapologetically, and I'm just here to be, the voice in the back of your head, reinforcing all them thoughts that you're scared to execute on, or that you really know that you should be executing on, but you're holding yourself back. So without further ado, step 1 is to thank God. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Before we get into step 1, make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share my video, okay? Because ladies, I am here for us, okay? I am here for us, okay? So help me help us, okay? By helping me get out there. This is my second video, episode number 2, okay? For disclosure, so we still working out the kinks. Bear with me. But step 1, again, thank God, okay? First thing first, thank God. So me personally, every day I wake up, I thank God, okay? I feel like we underestimate the power of thanking God and just being grateful, okay? There are plenty of things to be grateful for. In a world where everything may be seeming like it's going wrong, okay? Bills is overdue, man ain't acting right, kids ain't acting right, job people ain't acting right, I don't know, traffic ain't right, whatever it is, okay? Life be life on a regular, okay? You go to the grocery store and the prices ain't acting right, it is what it is. There's plenty of things to be like, oh, woe is me, but also just be grateful. Be grateful that you have the mind and the wherewithal, and you still have the life and the breath in your body to figure it out, okay? If you got problems, you got the opportunity to find solutions. So see the good in all things. Have an optimistic view, okay? And being grateful is a great way to start being optimistic, okay? So don't forget to thank God. If you got full autonomy, if you can get up and walk around, thank God. Even if you're in pain, if you can get up and walk around, thank God. It's people that can't do that. If you can see, thank God. It's people that can't do that. If you can hear, thank God. It's people that cannot do that. If you can speak, thank God. It's people with tubes in their mouth right now that cannot do that. So there are plenty of things that are going great for you that you probably are taking for granted right now that people wish they could do. Just little small things. So step 1, just be grateful, okay? That's the first step. Thanking God and being grateful, okay? And bear with me because my screen went black.
Oh no.
Step 2, affirm what you already know about yourself, okay? Affirm what you already know about yourself. So affirm, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am successful, I am, and make sure your affirmations are not just I am affirmations, because I feel like nobody talks about this. There are more affirmations than I am, okay? That is just the first affirmation. I am, I feel, I know, I decided, I believe, I love. These are all also affirmations. I love love. I love joy. I am love. I am loved. I am joy. Just say these affirmation things. These things will make you feel better. If you look in the mirror while you say these things, especially after you got done thanking God for your life and thanking God for the things that you are grateful for, and then you go step 2 in the mirror and then say these affirmations. I am blessed. I am successful. I am motivated. I am inspired to be the best version of myself. I will do what is necessary to achieve my goals. I will take the steps that is necessary to get where I want to go. I have decided I will no longer procrastinate. I am strong enough to do what needs to be done. I am worthy of my goals. I am worthy of the life that I want for myself. God made me worthy. I don't have nobody else. Nobody else has to give me any other validation other than the fact that God allowed me to wake up today when some people didn't. So that's enough validation right there between you, God, and your spirit, baby. That's all you need to validate what you know who you are. Okay, so you have to know, affirm. Okay, affirm it and reaffirm it. Um, Create a self care routine for yourself and stick to it.
Mm.
Okay, so if and then also this doesn't have to be no, oh, let me go out and buy a million trillion skincare products and things like that. This can be something simple as, I'm gonna wake up every morning, I'm gonna start with washing my face, brushing my teeth, taking a fresh shower, and moisturizing my body from head to toe every day. Okay, sometimes I may skip every day. Okay, and then I'm gonna find me a nice little fragrance that's my favorite, and I'm gonna spray it all of my. All right, actually, okay, shoulder, chest, okay. Put a little in your hair, okay. My mom always told me, my mom gave me on the game, okay. My mom always told me, make sure you spray a little bit in your hair so when you walk past, in case the wind is blowing, they get a little whiff from your hair, okay. So a little trick, spray it in the hair, okay. I always spray a little fragrance in my hair. And me, I'm so extra, okay? I'm gonna spray it on the back of my neck. I'm gonna spray it on my legs, on my ankle, okay? You never know, okay? You never know. So create a self-care routine and stick to it. I say make sure you have a great skincare routine, okay? Make sure you have a great hygiene routine, okay? Especially my ladies, okay? We gotta keep it right, keep it tight. Make sure you exfoliate it. Make sure you have an exfoliating scrub or some exfoliating gloves or an exfoliating towel, okay? That's how you get that nice glow, okay? Make sure you're using not only just lotion, use a nice oil as well, okay? Me and my crew, we love to get an all natural grapeseed oil, okay? That's really great for your skin. Avocado oil, jojoba oil, okay? Find you a nice oil, moisturize and make it glow, okay? You gotta keep the skin juicy, baby, okay? When you look good, you feel better, okay?
Okay.
So that's step number 3. Know that you are worthy, which I kind of covered in step number 2 when I said affirm yourself. But still, know that you are worthy. Be purposeful with everything that you say and everything you do. You should always know what you're doing and why you're doing it. If you don't know what you're doing and you don't know why you're doing it, you need to stop. Okay? As soon as you realize you don't know what you're doing and why you're doing it, you need to stop. All right? Stop right there. And figure out the answers to them 2 questions. What am I doing and why am I doing it? Why do I want to do this? What do I need to do to get what I want to get done? Chat GPT. I want to start selling digital products online. Okay, I want to create an online store. What are the first steps that I need to take? I have absolutely no experience. I'm this old. I have a GED or a diploma, or I may have an associate's. Whatever you got. I got a master's degree. Whatever you got going on. I mean, these days you can ask AI, but I feel like when you use AI, be very specific. A lot of y'all not using AI to y'all's advantage. Okay, be very specific when you're asking AI what you asking it. So for me, for example, like I just said, if I want to know something like I want an AI to help me write a business plan, I said, ChatGPT, I need a comprehensive business plan for to sell these products. These are the products that I have. They're all natural ingredients. I've already tested them on this many people. I want to get this much funding. I want to be able to obtain it in this amount of time. And I want to be able to speak to the how the business will perform within the first 5 years based off of these current results. I have several testimonials. Da da da. Get the more information that you give it, the better. Okay, so don't be lazy when you're using AI. You already don't gotta do none of the groundwork after you tell it all of this information. So don't be lazy. All right, that's another thing. Okay, don't be lazy. That's not even in here, but don't be lazy. You get out what you put in. Okay, that's just how life works. All right. This is number 5, okay? Never negotiate on respect for anyone, especially men. Okay, especially men. Because a lot of times we don't negotiate our respect with our friends, maybe even with some family members, even at work. But we'll let men slide a lot of times. You'll let a man say something, raise his voice 1 or 2 octaves unchecked. okay? Or not be a man of his word. He'll say he'll do something and then not do it, and then I feel like that's disrespectful, okay? If you're not a man of your word, you disrespecting me, okay? Because you lied to me, okay? And if you lying to me, you insulting my intelligence and you playing with me. Either way it goes, just don't do it, okay?
Okay.
Just don't do it. Just be a man of your word, okay? And I feel like, ladies, that should be understood. Anybody should be of their word. But anyways, let's stick to this point real quick. Because I said never negotiate on respect for anyone, especially men. Create strong boundaries and enforce them unapologetically. The faster the better. The sooner the better. Okay, I'm gonna put this down real quick. Create boundaries and enforce them the sooner the better. Say for instance in dating, right? One of your boundaries is I don't know, you're not gonna sleep with the man in an X amount of time. You don't wanna sleep with him in the first 30 days or whatever, right? And if this is your boundary, don't allow him to pressure you for sex. Okay? Do not allow him to pressure you for it. As a matter of fact, if he is pressuring you or rushing you for it, he don't respect you. Okay? He don't respect you. Leave, sis. Leave. Y'all need to leave faster. I feel like a lot of women are too nice and y'all give too many chances and y'all spend too much time and y'all over explain yourself. Like me personally, I'm not explaining myself. I'm not explaining my boundaries. If I said it, it's because I deem myself worthy. And God woke me up and God backed me up. So if I deem myself worthy and God got my back, then that's enough. Okay? That's enough. I don't need nobody else to back it up. I don't need you to agree with it. Doesn't matter. I said it, so that's what it is. Okay? You don't need to explain yourself further. Okay? If they want to know what the explanation is, I'm not explaining myself. I'm not explaining it. I feel like this is something that should be understood, and I'm not explaining it further because I feel like it's unnecessary, you know. And I feel like this is something that I I would want somebody that wants to pursue me to understand. Boundaries, you know, I feel like should not have to be explained.
No.
Okay, because when people try to get you to explain your boundaries, they're trying to undermine your boundaries. They're trying to find an end to undermine whatever that boundary is. Okay, so pay attention. That's why you need to move slow. Don't move so fast. Take your time so you can pay attention. You can see what's going on. You can see the play while they're in motion. Catch them. All right? Stop them in their tracks, okay? So never negotiate on your respect. Say what you mean and mean what you say, okay? Um, don't allow someone to disrespect you. If, like, I feel like, again, back to, because I feel like most ladies kind of know how to enforce their respect, again, with other ladies and at work. But I feel like it's a lot of times with men that ladies don't know how to enforce their respect, you know? So, like if a man yells at you, right? That's disrespectful and it feels threatening, right? To get yelled at by a man. So if a man is yelling at you, say for instance, if it's your man, right, and he is choosing to raise his voice, y'all having a heated discussion, y'all have opposing views about a specific topic, and it's getting passionate, and he wants to raise his voice a few octaves, right? I feel like for one, they always know what they're doing, so that is a test to see if they can disrespect you. So me personally, I would say something like, "Baby, I can hear you. Please don't yell." Okay. "Baby, I can hear you. Please don't scream." You know, I don't have to scream back. I will let you know gently and respectfully, right? And then if he is a man that is operating in his masculine energy, he's going to respect that boundary. He's going to say, "My bad, baby, I didn't mean to scream. I just got a little bit passionate," or something of that nature, okay? He's going to respect it and bring it back down, okay? If he doesn't respect you, he's going to say, "I'm not screaming. I'm da-da-da-da." He's going to make excuses for it, and he's going to just disregard your feelings, disregard your emotions, disregard this boundary that you're trying to put in place, and he's going to do what he wants to do anyways. And so how someone does anything is how they do everything. Pay attention. If he's willing to disrespect the boundary that he could easily, that costs him nothing to respect, and is within his power to respect, but he chooses not to respect it, take that for what it is. Disrespect, and that if you accept it, that's what you are accepting. That's what you are allowing. You teach people how to treat you by what you do or what you don't allow. So for instance, if you scream again after I asked you nicely to not scream, I have no response for you. I will pull back all my energy. I'm taking it away. I'm not going to explain to you why I asked you this and do all that. Da, da, da. No, that's a waste. Okay, the quickest way to get him to understand that you mean business is to completely remove and revoke your energy. I will probably, if you want to say this conversation is over because I asked you not to yell at me and you still yelled at me, then that's on you. Or you could just show him that the conversation is over by politely saying, I'm gonna go excuse myself or whatever, or you can just walk away, okay? Just walk away. You don't have to be loud, disrespectful, whatever. Just take your energy back. However you so choose to do it, take your energy back. But don't be aggressive, don't yell, don't match energy, okay? Take your energy back. That's all you gotta do, ladies. That's all you gotta do. And honestly, you're not even gonna have to tell him what to do. He's gonna be like, all because I yell, all because I, he's gonna already know what it is. And at the end of the day, don't explain nothing else. Do what else you gotta do. That's why you need to have a little hobby or something. Do your hobby. Start working on whatever your hobby is. If you like to paint, go pull out your painting tools. You write poetry, pull out your notebook. You like to journal, pull out your notebook. You whatever it is, you do knitting, you freaking build stuff, whatever you do, whatever your hobby is, you do makeup, go get your makeup bag, girl. Go try this new eyeshadow look that you want to try. Do something else besides engaging in a conversation where you have already been disrespected, okay? And that's how you teach people that it won't be tolerated, baby. I can do anything. I can do anything besides dealing with this. It's always something else to do. So it's always something else to do, okay? So bye. Which takes you to number 6. Always put your needs. Look, I'm gonna read this however I wrote it, okay? Always put your needs. Wait, always put yourself and your needs first. Pour from your overflow. This does not make you selfish. This actually makes you selfless because you are no longer burdening people with your problems because you are handling your own business first. Then you can help handle business for others if you have the capacity after taking care of yourself, because we often underestimate what it takes to take care of ourselves, which leads to our anxiety and our mental illness and our stress and our high cortisol and so yeah. And what else did I say? Oh, also, and then we be feeling guilty for putting ourselves first. So we forget the longest relationship that you're gonna ever have is the one that you have with yourself. Okay? So don't ever feel guilty for putting yourself first and putting your needs first. That is what's necessary so that you can be the asset that you want to be. Us women, we naturally want to help everybody that comes into our path. So if we know that's who we are, then that's who we are. And us not overextending ourselves does not mean that we are no longer that person. I don't have it right now. I have to get my mind right. I need to rest right now. I need a massage, okay? I need to get my feet done. I need my nails done. I need to just have some time to myself. I need all my money right now to pay for my debt. I need all of my time right now to just process whatever I'm going through right now. Unfortunately, I don't have the capacity to give you advice right now. I don't have the financial resources to help you right now. I don't have the wherewithal to be your therapist right now because mentally I am on overload, okay? That doesn't make you a bad person. That doesn't make you selfish, okay? If you're used to always being the one that people go to for help, you have to understand you typically don't have that same type of village to go to for help. The person that's helping people all the time does not typically have a village of resources to help them. So so while they have the same problems that everybody else is having, and while we are doing our best to manage the problems that we are having, we are still going out of our way to help other people with the problems that they have, and we don't even have enough for ourselves. Okay, we barely holding on by a little hair strand. Okay, so we have to stop overextending ourselves so that we can be the assets that we want to be for our family and for our friends. Okay, it's really that simple. It's nothing complicated about it, and it's easy. I feel like simple, honestly. When somebody asks you for something, asks you, oh man, I'm really going through it right now. My car, I got to get back and forth to work, the daycare is da 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 da, and I got this problem going. Oh man, girl, I'm gonna definitely pray that you find the solutions that you need, because baby, life is life for us all right now. And if I happen to have anything extra, I think I'll do my best to think of you and bless you, child. But other than that, all I got for you is prayers, okay? Prayers. You got the same 24 as I, okay? Instead of talking about your problems, talk about some solutions. Figure it out, okay? That's that. Number 7, talk to yourself regularly and be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, are you really making the best decisions for yourself? If we're really being honest, we always know what we need to do. It's just a matter of, do we have the willpower to do it or not? And that's why I say talk to yourself. Okay, stop asking your friends, stop asking your man, stop asking a therapist, but you should be in therapy. But ask yourself, is this really the best thing? Like, should I really be doing this right now? Or why am I not doing what I should be doing? Or whatever. Just ask yourself. You know the answers. You do know the answers. If you choose to just sit in silence for at least about a good 5 to 10 minutes by yourself, no music, nothing playing in the background, and ask yourself, what do I want? What do I really want right now? And what am I doing to get it? And is there anything else that I could be doing to make it happen? Like, you gotta sit and ask yourself these questions. And you really know the answers. Are you? Are you taking your self-care serious? Are you thanking God every day? Are you affirming yourself? Are you making goals for yourself? Are you? You know if you're doing these things or not. Nobody knows, but you do know. And God knows, okay? You and God knows, okay? You can't hide from God. All right? Number 8. And these things also are in no specific order. I just numbered these so I can stay on track. Work on learning something new. We underestimate the power of learning something new. And this is one of my favorite tips. And it's so funny because 8 is a number that represents power. Anybody who is a life path number 8, it stands for the powerhouse. Okay? So 8 represents power, 8 represents infinity. And it's so funny that point 8, and this is just, when I thought about these things, it was just, like I said, in no specific order, it was just coming to me. And so, learning something new every day, learning something new. And even if it takes you, like if you're trying to learn something new, like learning a new skill, it may take you time. So you may do or practice this skill daily, this same skill daily. And that right there, when you're trying to learn something new or when you are learning something new, you form something in your brain called synaptic connections, okay? You form synaptic connections in your brain. And think of these synaptic connections as new highways in your brain, okay? So we have a bunch of I'm about to take it to science here, okay? I read this book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I recommend anybody read this book. This is a life-changing book. I'm not going to say it's the easiest read. I mean, in this book, you're talking about the how the mind works, how the brain works. We're talking about quantum physics. I mean, this is for people who have a real thirst for learning and a strong comprehension, okay? Or you might have to read this book several times. I honestly read it once, and I feel like I need to read it at least like 2 or 3 more times. But I do understand the messaging, okay? So when you learn new information, you form synaptic connections. These are new neurological connections in your brain. Think of it as your brain forming new highways, okay? So right now you have a certain amount of highways in your brain that you always take to get where you're trying to go, okay? When you learn new information, you're building new highways. And in these new highways, you start taking these new routes. And this is how you start to cure like anxiety, cure depression, cure other type of mental illnesses that you have. Simply learning new information can help you cure these illnesses that you have, because a lot of people don't realize you're addicted to being who you already are. You are addicted to releasing a certain amount of cortisol every day if you're stressed. You're addicted to releasing a certain amount of dopamine every day. You're addicted to releasing a certain amount of endorphins. These are chemicals that are in us that influence our mood, okay? We are addicted to producing a certain amount of these chemicals every single day. And if you don't learn new information, you're just gonna stay on this on an autopilot type of routine. So even for instance, if you say for instance you used to being stressed 3-4 hours out the day, and you used to just like maybe going off or crashing out or whatever. If you're used to doing this and you've been doing this, I don't know, since you were a teenager, right? When you go on vacation, right? When you go on vacation, something's gonna happen on your vacation and you're gonna crash out. And it's not even everything could be going right, but it's because you are so used to crashing out. Even when you're out of your environment and out of your element, you still are addicted to releasing these chemicals. So even when you're having the best of time, your brain is gonna be like, wait a minute. I have not released my normal amount of cortisol today, and I haven't released my normal amount of adrenaline today that I normally release. Let me start thinking about some memories that make me upset so that I can release that cortisol that I need to release, and that adrenaline and that dopamine or whatever it is that I need to release so that I can be chemically balanced, okay? So in order to fight that, learn new information so that you release or you create new neurological networks so that you can start releasing. And when you're learning something new, it's actually very joyous. So you start to release like a lot of endorphins. It might be very calming, so you release more serotonin, melatonin, things that calm your nervous system, calm you, dopamine, things that make you happy. You start to release more of those chemicals, and the more you learn, the more you release those chemicals, the more your body gets addicted to releasing these good chemicals. So that's why it's important to learn something new every day, or just learn something new and get immersed in it, so you can create new neurological highways, so you don't take them roads no more, okay, with all the potholes and all them cracks and all, because all these 18-wheelers was coming down the street and they wasn't supposed to be on this road. This was a no-through traffic road, and traffic still came through anyways. Now you got a whole new clean highway that ain't got none of that old dirt and grime, okay? So learning something new. All right, number 9, always, oh gosh, my phone. Always remember to never let people change who you are, okay? Be the change that you want to see. So what I mean by that is, if somebody is popping off or they're being nasty or they're having a bad or negative demeanor, don't let that become who you are, okay? Be blessed, okay? That's what peace and blessings to that person, and keep it pushing. Do not let people change who you are. Do not match energy, okay? Because again, you can become addicted to being a nasty person if you're trying to match the energy of nasty people, okay? Don't think that you are bigger than a program. Your brain is just a processor. It's going to process information how you give it to it, okay? And it's going to store information based off the experiences that you are having. So anytime you're dealing with low vibrational and negative experiences, recognize it as soon as possible and remove yourself, detach yourself so you can go to higher ground. Do not match the low vibrational, because it's so easy to get pulled down. It's easier to pull somebody down than to push somebody up. It's easier to go downstairs than to walk upstairs. Okay, walking upstairs requires resistance, requires you to lunge, requires a little bit of pull. To go downstairs, you could dang there roll, you can tumble down, okay, but you cannot tumble up, okay? So don't go down, don't match negative energy. And lastly, set a goal for yourself. Set a new goal for yourself, whether it's a weight loss goal, a skincare goal, a fasting goal, a new hobby goal, a new business goal, a new mental goal, a new relationship goal. Set a goal for yourself and work on create a plan to complete this goal, and then start to execute that plan. Do it every single day. You cannot let up. The key to success is being consistent. If you follow this advice, you will be that girl every day, all day, even on a bad day, okay? And so without further ado, this video is actually over, ladies and gentlemen, because I didn't want it to be too long. I didn't want it to be more than 30 minutes. I want to give y'all 10 tips, slowly elaborate on these tips, and then have y'all go on y'all merry way, because time is precious, okay? Also, if you haven't already, check out my first video on bare minimum women and how not to be one, okay? Thank y'all for watching. This was Shelly Speaks, and you already know when Shelly speaks, it's gonna be some heat. All right, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace and love and blessings, and thank y'all for watching. Bye.